and welcome back to Up the Villa podcast. Welcome to Avfc Daily News, a daily dose of Villa news when there is some news. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Up the Villa podcast. If you are new, hit subscribe. Your support has been absolutely massive. Smash a like on this video and get involved in the comments section down below. So we've got some Moussa Diaby news. Has been bits and bobs doing the rounds, but nothing that just felt that concrete until today. So Romano has spoken. Fabrizio Romano has spoken and said this as follows. Moussa Diaby deal. Aston Villa sent their second bid as expected after 35 million plus add-ons. Opening one turned down. Al Nassr have also sent new formal bid to Leverkusen with huge salary. Standard. Villa hope for final green light. Jeremy Doku is another option. So, what does this mean? I mean, we've sent in our first bid, our sort of, as you do, test the waters, sending your bid. But it feels like we've got added competition. We've got the added Saudi team, Al Nassr, who really want him. And I imagine that they're probably bidding clever. They're probably matching what we bid, because why would they want to sort of obliterate our fee if we were never going to spend a certain amount anyway? So I imagine that they're sort of mirroring what we're going with. But for them, I imagine that their biggest draw is the amount of wages that they can pay for Moussa Diaby, because that's just what they do, isn't it? They just can spend copious amounts of money. They can entice players with bare money. And unfortunately, although we are now currently bidding, the most amount of money we've ever sort of put on the table for a player, we've got sort of this Al Nassr who potentially can pay more money. But it's not always about money, is it? Sometimes it is about ambition. Sometimes it is about what the player actually wants to do and where he feels like his career can progress to. For me, he's got two positions here. He can either go to a top Premier League team who are sort of not even at the heights of where they're potentially going to end up. They are going to be playing in the Europa Conference League, potentially trying to get into the Europa League, the Champions League, and become part of this journey. We know that Pau Torres, when he signed, he was really talking about the new stadium. He was talking about the fans, talking about waiting lists. It felt like he'd been not sort of schooled in the old way, because the old way of when players come in, it's like, yeah, Villa's a big club. Yeah, Villa have won the Champions League before. They've won the European Cup. It's great to be here. It actually felt like he knew more than that. He felt like he knew the project and what he was coming into, and the vision of the club, which felt great. Whereas years gone by, it's sort of like they're just saying the same old rubbish, basically. But this felt different to me. And when I hear all the players talk, we hear like Conser talking, Watkins talking, whenever a player does an interview, they just seem fine-tuned. They feel like they've wanted to build this sort of squad harmony, this real togetherness, and I feel like the players feel like they're part of something big now, and they're a part of something special that's growing and bubbling away and building. So I think that's massive. And Diaby, he's a French international. He's going to want to still stick around that vibe. Footballing wise, the best move for him is Aston Villa. That's the bottom line. If he wants to be an absolute superstar on footballing terms, then Aston Villa is the move for him. The money side of things for potentially his grandkids, their kids before that, it's Saudi if you want something like that. But, in footballing terms, he's really young still. Villa is the option for him. So I still do think that he will come to Aston Villa. I don't think he's going to take this Al Nassr offer at all. I think he'll come to Villa. It's just whether Villa can sort of bid the right amount for him to say, I want to go there. Because at the end of the day, it's still his decision. If Al Nassr bid 60 million, it's down to him whether he goes or not. So if he says, I don't want to go there, I want to go to Aston Villa, then that will put Leverkusen in a bit of a predicament to accept Villa's offer anyway. So I think it's down to, for me, it will fundamentally be down to the player. If Villa can offer the right amount of money for Leverkusen and he wants to come to Aston Villa, then he will become an Aston Villa player. So that's where I feel like I am with it. And I do think that he will want to come to the Premier League and Aston Villa. So all of the players are now back as well, which was absolutely amazing to see yesterday. Archer's back early as well, so that's fantastic. So full squad all ready to get off to America, which I imagine that they'll be going tomorrow. I think it'll be tomorrow or Thursday. And then we've got content coming. We've got our watch-alongs for all of the games in America. We've got 2 watch-alongs that will be starting at around, what time, mate? 11:30 on Sunday evening. That will be ready for the 12 o'clock kickoff at midnight. We've got 2 of those, and then we've got another one that's going to be kicking off at 5 o'clock. I think that's on a Sunday as well. So join us, the Villa night owls amongst us who, just want to watch the game anyway. You can watch it with me, and we can just have a good chat while we're watching the game. So, it's going to be a late one, but I'm here for you guys. So let's go. The last one was absolutely amazing. I mean, so many of you tuned in to watch that watch along. It was unbelievable. So, I'm bringing the update on Moussa Diaby. I haven't really seen any other news. We know that if Diaby doesn't come in, then Doku is our second choice to come in as well. So, another fantastic player. But other than that, it's quite quiet at the minute on the transfer front. So, speak to you all soon. Subscribe if you're new. Up the Villa.